So after explaining you about the retail banking, I would like to emphasize that right now, before starting the sandbox, we also do need to find more investors for our venture. And we do this in two ways. Investors can either buy shares of the company at the nominal value right now, and then hopefully our venture will prove that the share value will go up as we create value in the company. The other option we have for investors is the investors we actually have right now. We have received investments of around 600,000 euros. And these investments, we pay a 6% interest per year. And we offer the investors a 2 or 3 year contract, because after this period we think that we will need no more or no longer investments, or we want them to decide if they want to be paid back or if they want to convert their loans into shares. So for bigger investments, right now, we do actually offer an interest rate of 8% per year with the option of converting the loan into shares at maturity or even earlier if the investor likes to do that. That is one way you can cooperate with us as an investor. And it gives you the option to already receive some return on your investment, even during the first 2 or 3 years, where we do plan not yet to be profitable, because it will take 1 or 2 years at least to become profitable in our business. The other way, or I would like to also mention that we do have investment banking activities, and this consists of issuing a green and social bond, which is obviously according to our ethical and social values. And also we want to be able to invest in green and social projects. How do we do that? We issue a bond with or together with other projects who become member of a consortium. And as an institutional investor, you can then, at the end of 2018, beginning 2019, you can invest as an institutional investor in this green and social bond. The specific or the advantage of the bond is that it is a certified and listed bond at the Green Exchange in Luxembourg. And this means that you can also trade your bond certificates, meaning that if you need cash or if you want to buy more bond parts or bond certificates, then you can do that over the Green Exchange of Luxembourg. The minimum amount that an institutional investor has to invest is 100,000, and we accept investments up to 200 million euros, because the total volume of the bond is 750 million. So these are actually the investment opportunities in our investment banking part. And as I mentioned earlier on, obviously right now we are also very happy if we find or if we can meet and agree with equity investors who want to invest equity in our bank. The equity works by issuing shares. We are actually in the way of creating a holding for the whole group. And also, as I mentioned, to create a legal entity for the first Sandbox Bank. So right now we are in the form of a founding association where we also take in the loans, but then we obviously do invest these loans in creating the companies I just mentioned, because the basic business model of the whole group is a franchise concept, where the franchise is that we own the brand and that we market the brand. and that we have a software platform, which I already mentioned in the retail banking part. And this platform is innovative because we do use blockchain technology as an important part of it, and we also are a mobile-centric platform, which is very important if you want to succeed in the markets in Africa and Asia, because there everybody expects you to provide financial services on the mobile phone. So that is two reasons or two things that make us attractive as an investment opportunity, because we are really using state-of-the-art technology which is available today, and make sure that our cost in terms of providing financial services is very low compared to other banks who still have a lot, let's say, old technology in place, which also does cost them quite a lot of money. So that is also the reason why we can offer our services at very attractive prices. And as I mentioned earlier on, the basic business model is really to provide accounts for free. So if you don't use your account, you don't pay. Well, the minimum, let's say, share package, we have sold it so far for 1,000 Swiss francs, but we actually, at this stage, we like to, let's say, get investors or shareholders that do buy a larger package of shares. So the ones who want to profit from the option of also giving us a loan and receiving interest, those investors have invested a minimum of 50,000 Swiss francs, and the largest investor right now has invested 200,000 Swiss francs. Well, we are now in the stage where we also are looking at creating microfinance institutions in Africa. And we actually, with the bond that I mentioned in the investment banking, with the bond we go up to investments of, let's say, 10, 20, 30 million euros, because each MFI will need an investment of anywhere between 500,000 and 1 million. And our business model is based on the fact that we want to operate in quite a few southern countries. I think I have mentioned we have 10 focus countries in Africa where volunteers today are already preparing to set up an MFI in their country.